Hey YouTube, how you going? Just thought I'd do a video. In case you can't notice, I'm A, sweating profusely, and B, soaking wet. Just done a run around the oval there. It was sprint day for me today, so I did 2 4-kilometer sprints with a 5-minute jogging break in between. I know that doesn't really sound like a sprint, but because I'm training for endurance events, that's what my coach has got me doing. So we've built up to that. We haven't just, gone to 4K straight away. I've done everything from, 400 meter repeats, and then 800, 1 kilometer, 1.2, 1.6, 2Ks, and I think 2.4 or 2.6. And some days, I do 400s, 800s, 1.2s. Other days I just do kind of what I did today and just one distance 2 or 3 times. So that's not the reason for this video. The reason for the video is that what do you let get in the way of your training? Now, it's raining, it's pretty cold as well, and it's windy. So when it was time for me to head out for my run, to come down to the oval, I could have quit. I could have said, stuff this, it's raining, it's cold, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But when you've got a training session, you have to do it. This is how it is. If you want to see consistent improvements, you've got to train consistently. And, some people go, oh, well, why don't you just swap a session, do an indoor session, do sprints outside, another day. But when you're running, when you're doing an endurance event, or even, something like World's Toughest Mudder, the conditions don't give two shits how you're feeling, who you are, or what training you've done. So, going out when it's raining, when it's cold, when it's dark, it's all preparation. Mental preparation, physical preparation. In the middle of World's Toughest Mudder last year, it's freezing cold, soaking wet, your body's aching, your body's telling you to quit. And if you quit on a training run because of a little rain, or you're feeling a little bit cold, then what the hell do you think you're going to do in a race? You're going to quit, because you've conditioned your body to essentially say, when the going gets tough or it's a little bit cold, let's just pack it in. Let's do it another day. You can't do it another day in a race, because the race will be over and you'll lose, or you'll forfeit. You don't want that. It's bullshit. So that was kind of the video, idea of this video. Don't let the rain or the weather or even your mental kind of focus get in the way. You just really got to head out there. And look, I'm not perfect all the time. I know I struggle sometimes. Everyone does. You have your down days, you have good training days. But even if, like last week, my training, I went and did sprints, it was shit. I was slow, slower than normal, and it was a really off day. But I still did it. I still trained, and I learned something from it, and I can incorporate that and use that to my advantage, next time in a race or in training. The other thing I just want to touch on with regards to that is that you got to remember, your mind doesn't know where we are or what we're doing from like an evolution point of view. It's 2013, but for all your brain knows, it could be 300, 400, 500 years ago, and you go out for a 40-kilometer run, training run, you go and do the World's Toughest Mudder, and your brain's thinking, there's no logic to this. I've got to look for 3 things: food, water, shelter. What the fuck are we doing out here in the freezing cold? And that's why your mind wants you to quit. That's why when you're doing endurance events or long training runs, your mind looks for excuses. My legs are a bit sore. Maybe I should just cut the run short. Oh, running low on water. Let's just go home. Let's not just stop at the tap and get some water on the way. Let's cut the run short. So your mind's looking for ways to preserve your body, because all it's concerned about is keeping you alive. It doesn't know that we live in a modern society where, if something goes wrong, a phone call and an ambulance comes to get you. It literally doesn't know that. We could be in the middle of nowhere. So when you do these long runs, your body is telling your brain, we're running out of energy, we're getting tired, we're getting cold, we're getting wet, our chances of dying are increasing dramatically. Because if you're in the wild, that's what would happen. That would be the case. but we're not in the wild. And that's just something, you've got to remember in training, because you've got to condition your brain to ignore those signals in a way, or you've got to develop the mental toughness to ignore those signals. Because I tell you, especially for anyone looking at doing World's Toughest Mud of 2013, in the middle of the night, 3 or 4 in the morning, your brain's going to want you to quit. But you just got to keep going. Have a break if you really have to. I did that last year, but if you have a break, go in knowing that you're going to get back out there and give it another shot. Anyway, that's kind of the reason for this video. Don't let things get in the way of your training. If you're serious about achieving goals, you've got to put in the effort. And as always, guys, please rate, comment, subscribe, let us know what you think, and talk to you next time.